Let me see. I guess I'll start off this topic. It was a recent situation where it's a guy named Jarvis Butts here in Detroit, in my city, Detroit. He recently had pled guilty for the disappearance and the murder of this 13-year-old girl named Dezshanae Harris, and he also had like 5 other little criminal charges from the past from multiple victims and whatnot. Well, as he, got sentenced or whatnot, well, he was already locked up or whatnot, but about to get sent on his way to the big house. He, cause I don't even think he made it to gym pop none, but ended up taking his own life. And unfortunately, the little girl Naziah Harris still hasn't been found yet. Her body hasn't been found, which it's like, okay, well, a lot of people here have been like, was celebrating the fact that he, gone, but they wanted like, okay, suffer because you did it to them babies and Naziah and everything, but some form of justice, which I say deserve worse than that, but he, what happened happened. So, and just, what I'm saying, to bring some peace and closure to the family, everybody was hoping he would have like left some type of note saying where Naziah's body was at, but recently it was yesterday, not too far from where I am now, this park called Hines Park. It was a body found, a decomposing body found recently, and I haven't seen any like updates about it to see if it was a male or female. It was a few people when I was looking at the story, they were saying it might have been this one dude, this young cat that had been missing. It might have been him, but I'm thinking like, damn, that's kind of crazy how I just find, decomposing body right after this Jarvis Butts got in, then whatever this self and they still hadn't found his eyes. So if once I get any more updates, I'll be posting it on my on all my vent podcast pages on my socials and on the social media and everything. Once get some more updates to find out if it was her, in fact her, or the other young guy, 21-year-old guy that was said to be might been him or whatnot. So it's just like, man, thinking about shit like that is just like, man, it's already bad enough. You done did what you done did to these young ladies, these underage young ladies, man, and then just to take the easy way out, cause now you finna go into the jungle. You done got sentenced. I think they gave him, what was it? I want to say, was it like 45 years, if I ain't mistaken, which ain't nowhere near enough, but you want to take yourself out and take the easy way out, and it's like, that's just, just punk coward shit, I mean, watch my words, people been getting on here a lot lately, from saying certain shit, but yeah, it's just real, just cowardly and just like, man, like how in the hell you do all this bullshit? And that's why I say, like, I'm a firm believer in eye for an eye, with most things. Like, okay, somebody do something, they get locked up for life or a bunch of years. It's like, okay, that's whatever, but the person that did whatever is still alive. The person that they, did something to gone, and they still get to have the luxury to still live, even though they uh in prison or whatnot. But it's like, damn, that's just kind of crazy to me. Oh, that's kind of crazy and me, kind of just unfair. Always been in my book, with that. But like, what can you do unless take matters in your own hands? And everybody always will tell you, you're risking your own freedom. But certain stuff, especially as a man, we we gotta do what we have to do with certain things, and yeah, the torment is their mind eventually. I like to hope so. You right, Crystal. You absolutely right. Still, you done did all that bullshit. Nah, don't sit there and all just like people when people do all them mass shootings or whatnot, and then want to turn the gun on themselves or have somebody be barricaded and keep whatever, and then want to turn the gun. Like, if you was on it, whatever on that tip, like why somebody else? If that's what you want to do with your whatever, do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta involve nobody else with that, man. Like that's just bullshit. That's punk coward shit, man. To just take yourself like that's how I say this whole the mental health and all these mental disorders, like different levels of